2 years ago, 18-year-old Emma Moss left her home in Queensland and drove 4,500 kilometres across the country. She'd taken a job on a remote cattle station in WA's Kimberley region, something she'd dreamt of doing since she was 13.
I always knew that I wanted to come up north. I think, my friends' brothers and sisters, they were coming up north, you're seeing photos, hearing stories, and then through bush recruitment, I got a job.
Emma, who grew up on a 40-hectare hobby block outside Toowoomba, planned a gap year working as a ringer on Nerima, a 200,000-hectare station.
We muster, process the cattle in the yards, draft, vaccinate, do everything like that, get ready to truck them if they need to, walk them back out to the paddock, and then besides the cattle work, which takes up a good percentage of the year, we've got to do maintenance stuff. So we do a lot of fencing, but then build verandas or plumb toilets or paint or whatever needs to be done, really.
She can now weld, shoe a horse, do an oil change on a ute or motorbike and ride outback style.
I've kind of always grown up with horses, just pony club stuff, so not this Western camp drafting thing. And so that was different. That was also another new thing to learn, which I loved. I probably will use that now for the rest of my life.
At Nerima, Emma bought a second-hand camera from the station cook, Dan McIntosh. Known to all as Cookie, has been feeding hungry workers in outback wool sheds and stock camps for more than 30 years.
Well, in the camp I do all the cooking and that, and every now and then I duck over the yards if I need a hand or anything go there, They love their tucker and that. I believe if you work hard, you feed them hard.
But that's not the only thing this knockabout has on the boil.
Never in a million years would you think that it'd become a book.
An acclaimed photographer who's published 2 books, his Facebook page has more than 122,000 followers. Cookie gave Emma some tips.
Kind of just started off just taking photos just so that I could have them to show my parents and have on my computer, but it turned out that I had a bit of an eye for it, I guess.
She set up an Instagram page called Life on a Station. After a year, she had over 7,000 followers, including a clothing company in the US which offered sponsorship.
Heaps of people messaging me oh, where can I go to find a job? Where should I apply? I think it's opened people up to seeing what's up here because it's such not secretive, but it's such an unknown area, which is crazy because of how big it is. Yeah, it's a really cool lifestyle, and I think more and more people kind of want to have a piece of it.
She loves the vastness of the Kimberley and its light.
You just can't beat it. Just seeing literally as far as the eye can see, nothing's blocking it. You go for rides sometimes or, walking cattle out and the sky is pink and purple and it's just, I don't know, there's so many moments that I've had that you're just I'm getting paid for this. This is so cool.
For school leavers, especially girls, heading up north is an increasingly popular gap year adventure. Emma's heard young women and their parents nervous about working up north get peace of mind from her photos. Matt Woods runs Blina Station near Derby. He says Emma's photos show camaraderie, the staff's connection with cattle, dogs and horses, and lots of fun at and outside work.
I think it's fantastic. We're always looking for staff, constantly searching for new people to come in the industry, and the bigger the pool, the easier my job will be. So being able to have some exposure to people who would otherwise not know we exist is certainly an advantage.
There's a trend in the north. More women than men are applying for jobs.
The horses are a big attraction to young girls, And also, you know, when they see these shots that Emma's taking of some beautiful picturesque landscapes and action shots all happening in amongst it and the dust, it's certainly, you know, a lot of the girls kind of think, wow, this is actually out there somewhere. Currently, it has been as high as 9 girls to 1 man, and now it's sort of back around sort of 6 or 7 to 1. And I think that, you know, with Instagram, etc., girls are certainly going to make more and more influence on the place.
Matt Wood says it's not hard to get women, it's hard to keep them, as not enough see a career in it.
And, you know, that crack even the hardest and most enthusiastic people. So it's not all Skittles and beer, and people have to accept that and realise that, you know, what we ask a lot of our staff and they're treated well, but the physical work required is also very demanding and they have to be up for that challenge.
When you're having a bad day and it's 40 degrees and you've got a few mad cows trying to slam you into a rail, sometimes, you know, that can get you a bit, but there's enough moments in it and enough great people for you to go, like, this is why I'm here, and it just makes it worth it at the end of the day.
Through her photography, Emma's shown life on a station to a young, social media savvy generation. And she has a message to young women wondering if a gap year station adventure is for them.
If you want to absorb as much knowledge and as much of the landscape and amazingness as you can, go for it. Just try your best, go your hardest all the time, and yeah, definitely, I reckon, do it.